All right, guys, today we have a treat for you. This is really a treat. We have 3 tracks to show you. This is a new track, and this was probably my favorite one. The one that we have at the end is probably the coolest one, but this was my favorite. This would be, you should see the name of the creator and the track name on screen. I don't remember exactly, so to make sure I get it right, I will put it on screen. But this track was like MX Central Park, so the setting was New York City, I guess, and the setting is amazing. The city, the buildings, the nighttime, fantastic. But the best part about this track is actually the track. It's very simple. It's pretty simple, but whoever made it knew exactly how to play Supercross Encore. They made a wide track, big wide open turns where you can square it off or try to maintain your momentum using the preload to barely get over what you need to get over, or maintaining your momentum where if you don't preload, you can hit a jump just right with just your momentum from the game, no preloading. So they knew how to play the game to make the track. The drag on the jumps was just right to where you could really scrub them really hard. Just really great track. I'm shocked at how much I enjoyed it, as simple as it might be. To be honest with you, the night before recording this, so I recorded this the next day, but the night before I decided to jump into Steam and check out the workshop because it had been a while to see if there was anything new. And there was this and a couple other things that I have to show you, but it was just, I mean, I played on this track, specifically this track, as simple as it was, for hours. I mean, at least 2 hours, maybe more, just burning off laps, trying to get back into Encore and whatnot. The game does play a bit weird on PC. We are on PC. If you're on console, unfortunately, you can't play it. It is the same as it was in Reflex, so you would have to have PC, and this isn't the best platform for the game. In my opinion, PlayStation was the best place to play it. It just felt the best, and you know, whatever. That all aside, the track was so fun that I just couldn't stop turning laps on it, trying to get a better lap, trying to scrub a bit harder, trying to hit a different line. There are a few different lines you can take around the track. For the most part, it is very one line, but very fun. And again, I just can't comment enough about how great the track is and how well it was made. I've played some custom tracks by people in this game, and the ones that we've shown you are all fun. They look great, they're well made, but I haven't played a track that I felt like was built just for Encore. This track was built just for Encore. And another crazy thing about this track is I believe this was his first one. This was his first track. He was looking for comments, suggestions, criticisms to what he could do to make it better. I don't really know, man. In my opinion, this is a perfect track. Yes, you could make more difficult ones, but perfect track. This is the second track. You have seen it. If it looks familiar, it's because it is. This is the 2012, I believe, Barsha compound. Now, we did cover this before it was finished, but so we made a video. They saw the video, the creator, and they decided it gave them motivation to go back and touch it up a bit, make it a bit better. And it is. I think it has been changed a little bit. Some ruts have been added in, some jumps have been fixed or changed. They've added trees, some bushes, and just overall the compound is much more sound this way. And I couldn't tell you how accurate it is because I don't know what Justin Barsha's compound, what it looked like in 2012. I mean, that was 10 years ago, so I don't know, but it feels like he did a really good job. It's just as fun, in my opinion, better than it was before. I would say the part that I feel like was most improved off of this was the ruts. The ruts are really good, and you could just flow. I mean, the way I rode this compound, played it in the game, was wide open. Basically wide open through most of the corners and just down the straights. It got really rough. The bike could swap a bit, but fantastic job. I mean, it could use a few more things to make it really nice. you know, the grass, if you could add like standing grass or some more trees or whatever the Barsha compound had on it in 2012, it could be finished a bit more. But overall, I mean, as far as just judging the track and how fun it was to play, really well done. Very well done. And then we're about to the end of this, and then we jump into what, in my opinion, is probably the coolest thing that I've seen show up in the workshop. Aside from maybe Darkslide's DS19 compound, which was one of the first things that was brought into the game, maybe the first thing, when they made the track creator. I got a bit ahead of myself. I thought we were over. I don't want to ruin it yet. I kind of want to wait. So we're gonna stall for some time here until we get to the end. We're gonna hit this table and then hit the corner, and then we pretty much switch over to it. But it's the coolest thing I've seen added into the game. It was shocking. My mouth hit the floor when I saw it. This is Goof Troop by Vicali. Please tell me you guys remember this track from Reflex, right? This track was brought in by Vicali, the creator, for Reflex. Now, we have 2 laps for you. I have a reason for showing you this specific one first, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But the track was difficult in Reflex. I had a tough time with it. I remember watching a fast lap by Merlin, and he was just flying around the track, and I was like, how, bro? How are you doing that? I know you're the best player in Reflex, but how are you throwing down that lap? How is it even possible? The control Merlin has in this game is unmatched, for sure. But overall, it works really good. I mean, now that it was brought into Encore, we can hit some really stupid big lines that I'm not even sure you could hit in Reflex. The ruts, surprisingly, they work really, really good in this game. For the most part, they do grab you, they stop you, and you can hook into them and stay in them. You'll see us use the ruts really, really well. Vicali made great ruts for this track in Reflex, and they translated over to Encore quite well. I mean, I'm assuming he just basically imported what he had from Reflex without making too many changes, but yeah, very good. The one problem, and it isn't a problem, it isn't Vicali's fault or anything, but the ruts can get a bit weird. If you don't get into the ruts, or if you hit him too fast, you kind of float over him. And you can see here where we crashed a few times. That's why I wanted to show you this lap, because the physics of the game, if you don't hit the rut right, it gets really weird. And it's unfortunate, but it's not his fault or his problem. It's just the way the game plays. And if you take it easy, it's fine. So I know Encore, us players want to hit the corners 100 miles an hour and clutch boost. But if you clutch boost, you kind of turn the rut into a jump and you pop out of it or go off track or float over it, like I was saying and showing you. So you just kind of got to take it easy. You got to go a bit slower to go a bit faster. And then we switch over to the better lap, in my opinion. We actually hit a line off the finish line jump here where we triple off of that roller. Pretty sure you couldn't do that in Reflex because you didn't have the crazy big preload that we have in this game. But this was, in my opinion, the coolest track of the day, just because of how shocking it was to see it brought into Encore, which is one of my favorite games. So now I have an amazing track by Vicali in my 2 favorite MX vs ATV games of all time, Reflex at number 1 and Encore, so I can compare and see which one I preferred. And I do prefer it in Reflex because that's what it was made for, but I'm pretty sure we could turn a faster lap in Encore just because of the really dumb preload whip glitch, you know, how we could hit these really big lines and whatnot. But in Reflex, you could beat Encore through the corners, using the ruts just right and all that stuff. So let me know what you guys think. This was a really fun video to do. I love Encore. It's one of the few games that when I come back to it, it's just like the first time, every time. It's so fun. I have so much fun playing this game, and I wish I could play it more and do more videos for you. I mean, yeah, we can do whatever we want. It's our channel, but it's just I want to do the content that you want to see, but also I enjoy. And sometimes finding a balance of those two is very difficult. So let me know in the comments if you want to see more Encore. I do have one more video planned. I'm not sure when it's going to go up. And if you'd be okay just seeing Encore sometimes. I haven't been getting back to you, but I promise you I have seen your comments. I need to respond to some of you guys, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you would like to see more Supercross Encore, and we can go from there. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.